We're once again before the curtain goes up, and the curtain is going up on Carousel Theatre, the company I worked for when I moved to Vancouver. I painted arts and stuff. So we're here talking with one of the co-artistic directors and creator of their next upcoming show, Papa Penguin, and he is with his son as well, proving that he knows all about children's theater. Hello, Dave, and hello, Cyrus.
Hi, David.
No, you got Papa Penguin.
Yeah, Sai and I actually just dropped into rehearsals today. We had a
Wow.
real baby in the room. Rehearsals just kicked off this week, and we watched our first run of the Papa Penguin play, which is a show that I was co-commissioned to write for Carousel and the Children's Festival in 2018, 2019, something like
Oh,
that.
was this interrupted by the pandemic?
Yeah, among other, a lot of big changes happening at Carousel. So this is like before I was in leadership there, long before that. And so it's a long time coming. And it is, I mean, it's based on a few things. It's based on my own real family life.
What? You have
And
a family?
I I know who could have
As proof.
imagined. Um, and also the book Entangle Makes Three.
Yes, and that's a book that has been banned in some places
Oh,
because
absolutely.
you
I think
know,
I think every facet of my life, if it were a book, would be banned in those places. Um, which feels like perhaps a success on my part. I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, Papa Penguin really takes huge inspiration from our family. It's about two male penguins who are in love and live in a suburban zoo, and they do multiple daily shows, drag shows, frankly, for the tour buses that drive through the zoo. And over the years, they start thinking, wait a minute, there must be more to it than just this.
right.
And so through the help of the zookeeper, Mr. Sister, they procure an egg and have their chick. So when we drop into the story, we as the audience are there to celebrate Hedgie, their chick's first birthday party. So the framing of the whole show is a first birthday party. So wear your party hats. Um, and Hedgie is waiting for her dads to arrive and getting a little nervous that they haven't arrived.
Right.
And then we sort of go back and forth into flashback of how Hedgie came to be.
How
Um,
wonderful.
and there's sort of some big surprises in the show that I don't want to get into because it'll
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Is it a little bit like Casual Falls, where it turns out Hedgie's engaged to a conservative family or something like that?
I mean that I feel like that's the show the TYA canon needs, really.
Yeah. Now, okay, you're dealing with penguins. Is this going to be done with puppets, or is it like cats, where the actors are dressed up like penguins?
So the actors are dressed up as penguin drag queens. So
Oh, that's
um,
what I was going to guess.
yeah, so it's a bit, they're definitely. I put in the script itself like we don't want them, we don't want people in penguin costumes. Like we want a nod to penguin, like the color palettes probably. They talk in the show about I'm a penguin, and I think that's all kids need to know. Kids aren't like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like a real penguin
Those
because
legs are way too long.
yeah. But when we meet Hedgie, like in baby form, there are some exquisite puppets made by Stephanie Elgersma and directed by her as well. And they are just, I got to see them in action today for the first time. And it is so profoundly moving. And watching puppets doing like full, like choreographed numbers with drag queens is exceptional.
Nice, nice. Now, this is going to then, because normally you do your shows, you either tour around, Carousel tours their shows to schools, but you
We
also do
don't
shows.
actually. Carousel has not toured in about 15 years. We are only
Oh my
venue.
goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that. I apologize. I'm not in school, so I just assumed that they were still going into the schools. Well, there
Yeah.
you go. So you just do stuff at the waterfront, and is this one going to be at the waterfront, or is it going
This
to
will
be?
be at the this will be at the waterfront, and it's interesting because it's a co-production between Carousel, the Children's Festival, and ZZ Theatre. The first 2 weeks of the run are the tail end of Carousel season, and then the third week of the run falls during the Children's Festival. So there's like a nice overlap into the festival.
So do your show times change then too? Because often
It,
children's festivals are during the day.
so are carousels.
Right.
Carousel, during the week we do like 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. shows, and then on the weekend it's all daytime as well, other than our opening night. But what I find really interesting about this is it's the first time, like Carousel will turn 50 in a couple years,
Oh my goodness.
and Kids Fest is about the same. This is the first time in that history that these two companies are working together.
What? That's
I know.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's like we're both on Granville Island. And so that was the beauty of two companies co-commissioning this piece was actually like bringing together these huge sort of juggernauts of sort of culture for youth in the city, I thought.
How wonderful. How wonderful. Well, so I always have to share this story. I shared this when I last interviewed some actors for a Carousel show. Are you doing like they did for Pied Piper all those years ago? I worked on that show, and they had three different versions of the script. They had the 9 a.m. version of the script, the 1 p.m. version of the script, and the 8 p.m. version of the script.
If only. No, we're everyone. The joy of this show is this is really considered like a family slash all ages show. Versus some that were like this is a teen show, this is a show for the young set.
Yeah.
There are jokes in there that are for the parents. There are jokes that are for the littles. There are some things that are for the teens. It's less of a teen show, but I think the teens will get the same things that the adults get out of it. And so, some stuff will go over people's head, and some stuff people will linger in, and it's a short but very full show. There's a lot of
Wonderful.
choreo, singing, drag, puppets, magic. It's a lot.
Now, because you got drag queens not always, but are very well known for lip syncing. So are you doing original songs in this, or are they doing
Both,
covers? Oh, wow.
both. Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got live singing of original songs, and we've got some lip sync of well-known songs.
Now, who is your composer? Because you are a fantastic writer, so I'm assuming you had a hand in the lyrics. Uh,
Absolutely.
but
Mary Jane Coomber is my composer and sound designer.
brilliant.
And this is actually kind of a really beautiful full circle moment for me and MJ, because the first musical I ever wrote, which was 15 years ago maybe, was with MJ. It was called Homecoming King. No one saw it. It won an Ovation Award, but anyway, it was like this odd little show that was me getting my feet wet in how text and song might work together. So it's really nice to have another kick at the can in the same creative team all these years later.
Oh, wonderful. This show sounds delightful. The fact that it was cooking on the stove for so long, this was in a slow cooker.
Oh yeah. When I signed the commissioning agreement for this show, Dexter was about the size that Cyrus is now. Dexter is 6.5 now.
Oh, wow.
So that I just sort of can visualize the difference in my kid as far as how long this play has taken. But here we are.
Well, here's your chance now. You get to do a quick style job. You're going to look right at your camera there, and you're going to tell the audiences why they should part with their cash. Right? Everyone's so tight for money, and you're like, I know, but you want to spend some money on this show. You're going to tell them why they should not miss Papa Penguin.
Hey,
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
the Papa Penguin play is a celebration of family in all of its colors, forms, shapes, and sizes. So bring your family, biological, chosen, snuggle up with them, huddle up like penguins might. You're in for a treat of drag and magic, of singing, of dancing, of exquisite puppetry, and something that will leave you feeling overjoyed and wanting more.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Oh, Dave, I'm so excited. I don't know, is the baby crawled away or are
He's
they?
here. He's having fun with my water bottle. Oh, muscle
Oh,
guy.
great. Well, thank you both so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
What a pleasure always, David.
And I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see it.
We'll see you
Bye-bye.
there. Take care.
Bye, baby. Bye, baby.
Bye, bye.
Bye.